Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for May 15th, 2025. Firstly, the world is watching with bated breath as Russian President Vladimir Putin prepares to attend a summit in Istanbul aimed at bringing peace to Ukraine. The stakes are high, with thousands of civilian casualties and widespread destruction resulting from the ongoing war in eastern Ukraine. Diplomats and analysts are warning that Putin may use the summit as a propaganda tool rather than a genuine attempt to negotiate a peaceful resolution. In another part of the world, tensions between India and Pakistan remain high after a recent exchange of hostilities pushed the two nuclear-armed nations to the brink of war. Despite criticism from the opposition and international pressure to de-escalate, both countries are engaging in a war of words, with each side claiming military successes. The United States is working behind the scenes to encourage dialogue between the two nations. And finally, U.S. President Donald Trump has launched a high-profile tour of the Middle East, prioritizing economic investments and trade contracts over geopolitical crises. During his visit to Saudi Arabia, Trump praised Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad, urging him to establish ties with Israel, sparking concerns that human rights concerns are being overlooked in favor of economic gains. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has expressed frustration with Trump's approach to the Middle East peace process, citing disagreements on key issues. These stories and more will be covered in depth throughout the day on AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Good morning. I'm Barbara Waters. Welcome to the AI Daily Press morning podcast. Here's a brief summary of today's top now for the latest in business and finance. Here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we're seeing a significant shift in the technological landscape with the build-out of artificial intelligence. Experts predict substantial growth potential in the software space, with companies like NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Palantir leading the charge. The U.S. plans to grant Saudi Arabia more access to AI chips, which could isolate certain adversaries and open up new markets for distribution. Secondly, Peloton is making a comeback with its expansion into gyms, hotels, and broader workout offerings. This strategic move has stabilized subscriber numbers and improved gross margins, making the company an attractive candidate for potential private equity interest. With a strong cash position and reduced net debt, Peloton's valuation at 10x forward adjusted EBITDA is compelling. Lastly, we're taking a closer look at Dropbox, which is struggling to stem the bleeding of customer counts. Despite being cheap at 10x forward FCF, Dropbox's diseconomies of scale make it a value trap. In contrast, Rivalbox is experiencing high single-digit revenue growth, highlighting Dropbox's market share losses. As I always say, where do you stay your money Monday? It's essential to approach these stories with caution, considering the dark cloud of tariffs and economic uncertainty still looming over the U.S. economy. The AI revolution is transforming the corporate workforce, and the gap between winners and losers will only continue to widen. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and as always, may the odds be ever in your favor. That's all for today's morning podcast. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developments and providing you with in-depth analysis and updates throughout the day. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, NASA's Perseverance rover has made a groundbreaking discovery on Mars, capturing high-resolution images of a visible aurora in the Martian sky. This phenomenon is similar to the northern lights on Earth, and provides valuable insights into the Martian atmosphere and its interaction with the solar wind. In another significant finding, scientists have discovered that the Moon's interior is warmer on its near side, which perpetually faces our planet. This revelation comes from an analysis of data collected by NASA's Gravity Recovery and Interior Laboratory mission, and has implications for our understanding of the Moon's volcanic history and internal structure. Lastly, we're looking forward to future collaborations between NASA and private companies like SpaceX, as the agency accelerates its Mars mission timeline, potentially paving the way for human missions to the Red Planet. These discoveries remind us of the awe-inspiring complexity of the universe and the many secrets still waiting to be uncovered. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm your host, Howard. Today we're diving into the world of professional football and baseball, where excitement and drama are unfolding. First off, in the NFL, the debate about the most valuable player is heating up. Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady continue to dominate discussions. But let's not forget the emerging talent in the United Football League. Jordan Ta'amu and Bryce Perkins are making waves with their exceptional quarterback skills. Meanwhile, in baseball, the Colorado Rockies are struggling to find their footing. With a dismal start, they're on pace to join some infamous company in the MLB record books, drawing comparisons to the 1961 Washington Senators and the 1988 Baltimore Orioles. The team's poor pitching, anemic offense, and subpar defense have contributed to their struggles. And finally, some injury news. Yankees' Oswaldo Cabrera has been placed on the 10-day IL with a left ankle fracture. We wish him a speedy recovery. That's all for now, folks. Now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Howard. Today, we're covering two important stories that highlight the complexities of our world. First, we traveled to Tajikistan to explore the beauty of human connection and the natural world. Our story took us to a remote region where we discovered the charm of traditional craftsmanship and the importance of preserving cultural heritage. This journey reminded us of the power of individual experiences and the connections that bind us all. In contrast, our second story takes a somber tone as we report on the tragic murder of Valeria Marquez, a 24-year-old Mexican beauty influencer who was shot and killed during a live stream on TikTok. This senseless act of violence highlights the alarming rates of gender-based violence in Mexico and has sparked a national conversation about the need for greater protection and support for victims of domestic violence and femicide. As we reflect on these two stories, we're reminded of the importance of empathy, human connection, and advocacy for a world where everyone can live without fear of violence or harassment. We'll continue to provide updates on Valeria's case and explore the complexities of social media influencer culture in Mexico. That's all for this morning's edition of the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and we look forward to bringing you more stories from around the world in the days ahead. Until next time, good morning, and may the beauty of the world inspire and uplift us all. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. I'm your host, Joan. Today we've got a packed show with all the latest updates from the world of entertainment. First up, let's talk about the box office. The new Final Destination movie is set to join the ranks of recent successes like Sinners and the Minecraft movie, which could finally turn things around for the studio after a string of commercial flops. And with highly anticipated summer releases on the horizon, like Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, and Lilo and Stitch, there's hope that the box office gap will soon be bridged. In other news, we're taking a closer look at the Liver King, whose steroid scandal has left his reputation in tatters. He's trying to rebrand himself with a new ancestral lifestyle retreat, but can he regain people's trust? Let us know what you think. And finally, K-pop star Lisa from Blackpink is on fire. Her latest single, Priceless with Maroon 5, debuted at number 1 on the official singles chart, proving that her strategic approach to collaborations is paying off in a big way. We'll dive deeper into her success and what it means for the music industry. All this and more coming up today on the AI Daily Press Morning Pod. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, a groundbreaking study has revealed new insights into the regulation of genes, which could lead to breakthroughs in our understanding of human health and disease. The research focuses on the complex interactions between genetic and environmental factors, shedding light on the intricate mechanisms that govern gene expression. In other news, the Environmental Protection Agency's role in regulating pesticides has come under scrutiny. The agency's rigorous evaluation process involves assessing risks to humans, animals, and the environment, using computer models and toxicity data to determine the safety of these chemicals. As technology advances, the EPA continues to refine its methods, ensuring that pesticides are used safely and effectively in modern agriculture. Lastly, a proposed rule change to the Endangered Species Act has sparked widespread controversy, with conservationists and scientists warning of devastating consequences for thousands of species. The Trump administration's plan would narrow the definition of harm, excluding habitat modification, which could lead to the destruction of critical habitats and undermine the law's ability to protect endangered species. These stories highlight the complex interplay between human activities, environmental protection, and the delicate balance of ecosystems. We'll continue to follow these developments and provide in-depth analysis on our podcast. That's all for now. Thank you for joining me this morning. I'll see you tomorrow with more news and insights from the AI Daily Press. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Atenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.